Alright everyone, did you get like a sweet new scooter deck for your birthday? We just felt like getting a new deck, but sadly, there's no grip tape, and you have absolutely no clue how to install it. Well, sit throughout this video and you will be able to have grip tape on your scooter at the end of this video, everyone. To begin with this, you want to make sure that your scooter deck is perfectly clean, but before you do in fact continue, you will want to remove your back wheel and your brake. Now, why am I saying that? Is it's going to make it a lot more simple to actually install the grip tape on your scooter deck. So let's remove the back wheel and then we will continue with this installation, everyone. So just take a towel or something like that, just rub it around, remove all of the residue that you see on your deck. And if you even want to be more precautious to make sure that your grip tape lasts as long as possible, feel free to use some soap and water to clean up your deck and remove any residues left on it. Alright, well, that's decent enough for me. Now let's move on to the actual grip tape job, everyone. Now, you want to decide which way you actually want your grip tape, if you want it sitting like this, or if you'd like to have it sitting like this. Now you're going to start peeling off the front.
A few moments later.
Alright, now you're going to want to remove it at about halfway. This is the part that's very important and you do not want to screw it up, everyone. So we're going to come back and make sure that whenever you're going to go and then install it down, there's enough part that is actually leaving in front to finish the rest. Now just get a little like spot where they're installed. Don't put pressure on it yet because you want to verify that the back is going to sit flush and everything's going to be straight because no one wants a crooked grip tape, am I right, everyone? Now that you have this part done, that's when you're going to start applying some pressure onto the front. You're going to continue doing so throughout. Make sure that there's no bubble, but if you ever end up with bubble, it's an easy fix. Just take something sharp, just by example, go where's the bubble, poke a little hole through, push it around to remove all the air so you don't have any bubble problems. So now we're going to continue throughout. That's when it gets kind of a little bit complicated. Usually how I like to do it, pretty simple. You take an Allen key and then what you start doing, scraping it onto the side. Now, obviously, if you don't want to ruin your new Allen key, just take a new an old Allen key or something like that. Now, probably wondering yourself, all right, how am I supposed to get this back section? You're going to take what you're cutting with, preferably an X-Acto knife, but we don't have one with us. So what you're going to want to do is come here, start cutting. Now, once you feel like you've reached the end, rub it in. Now, as you saw, it's just going to automatically break off. That's what we want, just so it's going to make the process more simple. All right, so as you saw right there, everything broke off automatically. Make sure it's bent down very, very, very well. And once you have this back section completed, now we are going to be somewhat doing the same thing in the front. Come around here, slowly cut down. All right, now you're gonna take this little section right here, you're gonna bend it down, make sure you put a lot of pressure. Now we're gonna come around, tool you're using to rub, do the same thing. Now you're gonna do the same process onto the other side, everyone. All right, now that you have all of that completed, we're gonna start with the front. We're gonna remove this little part right here. So you're gonna go use your hands to feel where it ends. Now watch out, since your head tube does have some welding, so you're gonna somewhat imagine a line. Go over it a couple of times to make sure that whenever you're gonna cut, it's gonna peel off right away. Now we have our front line completed. We're gonna do the same process onto the sides, but if you wanna keep it as what it is, it's fine. You just come onto the top and then you're just gonna peel it off. But since I like my grip tape to look very good, we're gonna do so. So we're gonna do the same process, do a straight line into the front and then bring it all the way down. All right, so now we finally have this part completed. So like I said, take your time to complete it if you really want it to be good looking. Now let's move on how to remove the sides. Now, like I said, you want to make sure you rub as much as possible so all of it is peeled down. Now, once you have that completed, you're gonna come around with your X-Acto knife, whatever tool you are using, to cut the around. And once you're satisfied with it, you're gonna do one last thing, everyone. So now feel free to grab quite a decent size of grip tape. Now you're gonna take this and then you are going to go around like this. Now, the reason why you want to do this, it's pretty simple. Since your grip tape is it's still pretty fresh, what might be going on is that your grip tape might still be somewhat peeling upwards. Like, let's say if you like install it onto something. I'm gonna show you guys as an example. If it's installed in the front like that, as you can see, the edges are still pretty rough. Now, what can happen is if you are going to do a trick, it might catch underneath the grip tape. And then if it does catch underneath the grip tape, we all know what's going to happen. It's going to start peeling. Now, what this method does is basically going like this. It's going to make sure that the grip tape is going to be pushed downward. So now, since it's going to be pushed downward, it's going to stop the process of it peeling it upward. So it's just to like kind of just make your grip tape last longer. It's little tips and tricks. Now, once that you have this entire thing completed, there's obviously your brake bolt that's still left. Now, what you're going to do, feel free to take your X-Acto knife, find about where's your hole. Do make sure to take your time and find the hole. So mine's about right there. So you're going to poke a little hole through. Take your knife, twist around, take your time. And once you have it completed, make sure it's well removed, because sometimes water might get stuck in there, then it's going to start peeling onto this end and it's going to continue all the way down. But anyway, now that you have your brake hole completed, if you're satisfied with it, simply slap back your back wheel. And that is about it for today's tutorial. If it helped you, you know what to do. Leave a big fat thumbs up on this video. If you have any other difficulties or questions, feel free to drop it down in the comments. Before you guys do leave though, be sure to be subscribed, turn on the post notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to watch my other videos, everyone.